accept a random challenge. It's a 3-0. Okay. 2,000 plus rated player. Usel 3A. Good luck if you're there. Hope everyone's having a good start to their week. Hello, Joel Skill in the chat. We sell 3A. Are you there? Going once, going twice. Unfortunately, we're going to have to abort the first one. Okay. But there are 78 more challenges in the queue. M. Tulsker, let's see if we have better luck with them. Layout looks good. Hopefully the mic's good. M. Tulsker is here. Okay, Karokon. I think I'll play my pet line against the Karo, which is this Bishop F5, H4 line. But black beats me to the punch and plays C5. C5 is an ambitious move. It's a potentially good move if you know what you're doing. And yeah, black can try to put pressure on E5 and C5, look to regain the pawn. Hello, Phony Montana, by the way. Bishop F5, okay. Let's go. Do I want to play Bishop B5 or C3? Probably C3. Let's do that. All right. E6, let's play Bishop E3. Secure this pawn. I can make life miserable for black in getting the pawn back. Hello, K Buckby. Greetings, Harry Chess. Hello, Ravanon. Yes, I have, Badger. Yep, I've been here maybe 3 weeks now, the new place. It's working out pretty well. I'm going to be out of town for a few days coming up. I'm going to New Orleans, Louisiana, if anyone lives in New Orleans or that area. Hello, Fallers. Hello, Fit Tony. And Didum. Okay, a lot of people in the chat now. Greetings to the YouTube viewers as well. I'm paying attention to the Twitch chat, and that's twitch.tv/lichess.org, just to be clear. But I want to give a shout out to the YouTube viewers as well. Hello, Asserted Globe. Some board shirt coordination going on. Yeah, once again, you are very astute, K Buckby. Congratulations if you picked up on that. You know, I like to color coordinate my wardrobe with the board that I'm going to play with at any given time. I don't always manage to do that, but, you know, it's the little things. It's the details. I kind of like this denim board. I played with this at various times, and I like it. It's got a nice, like, warm feeling to it, you know? Okay, let's play castles. I don't think black's going to get the pawn back, but black always has some compensation because the structure is a little bit fractured. Hello, Diffuser. Yeah, I've just been super busy, man. Trying to find time for streaming when I can, but it's the summertime. I've got some travels coming up, too. Like I said, I think a lot of people are out and about, just a little bit all over there with their schedule. Thank you, Etorok. I don't have a new camera, but I appreciate you saying that. I'm going to upgrade this camera. It's not very good, actually. It's just a 1080p webcam. But the mic is all good now. Looking forward to you breaking out a wood pattern shirt. Yeah, that would be nice, right? Ali Reza GM. Unfortunately, I cannot manually accept the challenges. There is a randomness to this. So, yeah, I can't bump you in the line. But you will have opportunities in the future, rest assured, if you don't happen to get a game today. Is it fine if I challenge you for a rated game? Yep, that's okay. I'll put my rating on the line. All right, A5, further undermining. Let's go A3. I just fear for M. Telsker's clock here. Could take either way. I'm going to take this way just to open the file a little bit. I think you shouldn't focus too much on chat. Well, focusing on the chat is all the fun. I got to do it. I like to banter with you guys. Let's see if he blunders the knight. Yep. It's a common blunder, like missing a long range diagonal move. I mean, he was going to lose on time anyways, but yeah, that missing that queen takes e2 move, also a backward move as well. Backward move is always a little more difficult to see. Thanks for the game, M. Tulsker. Yeah, so you'll want to look up the theory in this line. And of course, bishop f5 is the alternative if you don't want to sacrifice pawn. But I think this move, bishop f5, is not the greatest. Usually you want to play e6 and try to challenge the pawn on c5 right away. So thank you for the game. Hello to No Joke Chess as well. Shout out to No Joke. He's one of the mods. And he's had some flexibility in his schedule. Fortunately, he puts these streams together and helps me out, arranges the whole thing, really. So thanks for being available today. N8 Tur, are you there? Knock, knock. Are you there, N8 Tur? Open up. Open the game. Play something. All right, we got to abort this one. Who's up next? Kralexi. Ali Reza GM, at this rate, you might get a game because so many people are not there. Let's play a King's Gambit. Are you guys following the World Cup, by the way? Just kicked off today. I think it's my favorite tournament in chess. Happens once every 2 years, but yeah, I think I'm pretty confident in saying it's my favorite event. You got these short matches, so it's 2 classical games. And yeah, it's just like March Madness if you guys follow like college basketball here in the US. A big knockout tournament. And that format is just great from a spectator point of view, especially the early rounds. I mean, things tend to slow down a little bit later because there are rest days and there are fewer players in the field. But the early rounds are so much fun. Like the first 2 rounds where the field is massive. You've got these rating mismatches, but inevitably there will be upsets. It's just a great time to be a spectator. John, you know how to play checkers? Of course, yes, I do know how to play checkers. I can't claim to be very good at checkers. Where do I recommend we follow the World Cup? Well, you can go to the official website for sure. I'm pretty sure Lichess is carrying the games as well. They're usually pretty good about that. I tend to use Chess24 because that's the platform I've been using for a long time. I should have played Knight G5 there. That would have been much stronger. Chess24 is great for following broadcasts of top-level events. But there's a variety of sources. Yeah, No Joke Chess just confirmed. It will always be linked on the homepage on Lichess, so you can follow it directly here. There we go, direct link to it from Something Pretentious. Okay, knight f7 or knight e6, one of the two. Let's go knight e6. Currently, the queue is 97 challenges deep, but that shouldn't stop you. You should still throw in a challenge, especially, if you're working on your computer from home or something, or you just got time to kill. Why not? Just throw me a challenge. You never know. Is there a stream delay? Probably a very slight one. Maybe 10 seconds. Maybe 10 seconds stops. Okay, so I want an exchange here. I'm just harvesting the material. Hello, Cookie Beard, by the way. Now, this is a pretty important pawn. I probably should keep that defended. I hate to use my bishop as a pawn, but I do think I need to keep that defended. Someone asked, how many cats do I own? That's an interesting question because I don't have any cats. I do like cats, though. I like cats. I like dogs. I'm a friend to all animals. I did befriend a cat a couple months ago. Not even. Like a month and a half ago. Do I like Horsey? Of course. I love Horsey. We're going to be using the Horsey set later, as always. Horsey is life. Horsey is love. Basically a Disney princess? Indeed. What do I think of companion piece style? Which one is that? I don't even know if I'm aware of that. These do have some interesting names, like Tatiana. This one is named Tatiana. This is Governor. You guys can't see that, but okay. Now we'll take here. I need to get this knight in the game, and then I'll be fully secure. But for now, let's just not blunder anything. Here you go, training under Magnus. You can type !challenge. You can actually click that link if you're on the same device that you're going to play on. So that's one way to do it. Let's go knight e4, hit the bishop, and offer a trade of knights. Hey, thank you, training under Magnus. Very kind of you. Now he has to take with the pawn, because otherwise he's going to get back ranked. Let's activate. Yes, it is, Drunk Monk. It's my new apartment. All right, Kralexi, thanks for the game. Played the King's Gambit. Yeah, I don't know about knight f6. I mean, it's probably playable. I would bet if you're going to play knight f6, you probably got to do something like knight h5. Surprisingly, to secure this pawn, because on d5, the knight isn't as secure. But that being said, I mean, the King's Gambit is a fairly unsound gambit, so I'm sure you could make knight f6 work. But it did feel like I was gathering some momentum because you didn't have a lot of presence in the center. Maybe even knight e3 here just to get a trade. Kind of slow me down a little bit with my advancing pawns. Will this be uploaded to YouTube? Yes, it will. As far as I know, this is still being simultaneously broadcast. Thanks again for the game, Kralexi. Simultaneously broadcast to YouTube in addition to Twitch, and then it gets automatically archived there. So that would be one of the places you can watch this broadcast back. Swiss chess 1, 2, 3. Let's do this. I'm getting no games with the black pieces. My opponents are absent. Swiss chess, one more time. All right, we got to move on. Can always re-challenge. Kutiel, please tell me you're there. Too scared of the Scandi? Yeah. I have had people tell me that they play d4 or some other move on move one other than e4 because they want to avoid the Scandi, right? d4 is a good anti-Scandinavian weapon. Don't forget that. Let's go c6. I'm going to delay the development of this knight because usually players who arrange the queen and the bishop like this, they're eager to go bishop h6 if you develop the knight. So let's try to expand a little bit on the queen side. John, did you watch the Euro finals, Italy versus England? Do I have a comment on that? I am completely out of my depth when it comes to soccer, but yes, I did follow the tournament a little bit, just very loosely. I don't have cable TV in my place. I watch like virtually no TV, so I can't claim to have been following it like live or anything, or even on my computer. But I was following just like the online description of the events, mainly Twitter, like what people were saying on Twitter. I do have a TV. Yeah, it's right there. But I actually haven't turned that on since I've been here. It's been sitting just blank for the last several weeks. But yeah, congratulations to Italy. I know that's got to be a bitter disappointment for the fans of England, but yeah, kudos to Italy. So England missed their last 3 penalty kicks, right? And that basically never happens. I mean, that is a pretty unlikely occurrence, right? To miss 3 penalty kicks, period, but especially like 3 in a row like that. Hello, Nali X. Also, there's a lot of sports action this past weekend, right? You had the McGregor versus Dustin Poirier fight. You had the Wimbledon final. Congratulations to Novak Djokovic. Italy had a guy in the finals, right? Starts with a B. Baronetti. I'm sorry if I got his name slightly wrong. Berrettini. Berrettini. Okay, I'm up a pawn here. This is looking good because I'm going to go knight c4 soon. You seem pretty adamant about that, Dragon Archer, given that you typed it in all capital letters. Let's take... Yeah, let's take this one. We got this backing it up. Did I follow the Copa America? No, I didn't. I heard Messi won something with that. Is that right? I don't follow soccer a whole lot, I gotta say. So if I try to say something mildly knowledgeable, I'm just going to come off looking totally uneducated on that sphere. I know what I don't know. Okay, we might have to have No Joke or Ahmad deal with Yad, maybe time them out a little bit. Just spamming in the chat. Hello, Furious, by the way. It's just castle here. Super solid structure going on here. Oh, I missed knight d2. That was a fork. Fortunately, he blundered into a different fork. Okay, No Joke Chess just wielded the banhammer with ease right there. Take notes if you misbehave. He will not hesitate to ban you. That's what I do in my chat. I have like very low tolerance. It takes a lot to get banned, but once you cross that line, it's just lay the ban hammer down. Thank you for the game, QTL. Yeah, good game. So I think you were playing pretty well here, but maybe around here you start to lose the momentum. Definitely e6 is an unsound pawn sacrifice. But I wonder if you could play maybe e6 at this moment if you really want to sacrifice a pawn. Might be better to do it here because f takes e, like knight g5, and try to pressure e6. You might have some compensation there, and queen e3 coming in later. Alternatively, you could castle in this position. I probably wouldn't castle queenside anymore. I think castling kingside makes sense. Yeah, probably castle or maybe a4 if you want to try to make me do something on the queen side. Yep, my pleasure. No problem, Kutiel. Thanks again. All right, a lot of challenges here. This is great. 119 challenges for this Monday. I know a lot of you guys are at work or maybe coming home from work. All right, I'm playing a lot of G6, but it works well against certain systems like the London. You can often try for a quick E5 here. So let's see how Floyding reacts. Prime time in Europe. Yeah, that's right. Shout out to all the European viewers and the viewers all over. But there's always a heavy European contingent in these streams. Hello from Burma. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, where's everyone from? Let us know in the Twitch chat. I am sitting here comfortably in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's a beautiful day. I'm staring out at the lake. We're the land of 10,000 lakes. Although I've said this before, the state of Wisconsin actually has far more lakes than Minnesota, but my state likes to flaunt all the lakes that we have. And admittedly, we have a ton, but Wisconsin has even more. All right. Hello from Nepal. Hello from India, Sweden, Holland, Seattle, Egypt, Massachusetts, Baltimore, a few miles from UTD. My alma mater. Bristol, England. Okay, Brooklyn. Brooklyn into house. Is that you, Maurice Ashley? Australia, Japan, Argentina, Slovakia, Norway, Mexico, We got United Nations up in here. This is great. Yeah, again, that's one thing of the many things that I love about chess. I mean, what an international game. And chess players kind of have this bond, right? Like once you know someone as a chess player, I've had this experience even just meeting people who previously didn't know that I was like a chess player or YouTuber or whatnot, like just traveling. Like sometimes I'll bump into someone and I don't know, like maybe they see me carrying a chess book or something like that. We start talking about this game and you kind of feel this like connection, you know? Like almost we should have a secret handshake or something. Okay, I'm holding this bishop hostage. I'm not going to take it yet. I'm going to make it uncomfortable for white. Maybe white will get antsy and play the move h3 at some point, and I can take it and force him to take with the f pawn. Have I been to Scandinavia? Yes, I have. I've been to Norway a couple times and Iceland. I have not been to Sweden, Denmark, or Finland, though. I would love to go to all those places. I've not been to Greenland, no. I would play a chess tournament in Greenland. Why not? Thank you so, by the way. Ooh, yeah. And white walked right into a pin here. Now they're going to pay the price. Bishop d3, that's the type of move you want to develop a sensitivity against playing, like a sense of danger for that. Because, I mean, he probably, my opponent understood that I was lining up with the queen, but best to just bail with the queen here. So something like queen c2, step off the file entirely. When you double down like this and put another piece on the file, that's where bad things can happen. Okay, I think I'm going to take this now, just in the interest of simplification. Then let's back the knight out and attack the queen. How do you develop that sense of danger? A lot of solving tactics for accuracy, closely analyzing your games for blunders. You can even get a book. I've often recommended it on my channel. It's called Tune Your Chess Tactics Antenna. You could get a resource specifically dedicated to training you to identify the signals present in positions that would even cause you to look for a tactic, like alignment. Alignment is one of the signals in that book. Ooh, I actually blundered here at the end. Queen a4. He ran out of time, or he resigned, actually. But queen a4 would fork the bishop and the rook. So better to play something like bishop takes f3 or retreat or maybe reinforce. But another tactical signal is undefended pieces. And you see here, queen a4 would have hit both those undefended pieces. That's a great comment. No. Remember, when you put a smiley face, it makes everything preceding the smiley face acceptable. You see, he was cool with it. But thanks for the game floating. That's a funny comment. All right. Strange quirk. Let's get it on. What's the name of the book again? It is called Tune Your Chess Tactics Antenna, and it's by a French FIDE master. His name is Emmanuel Niemann. Again, another player who's afraid of the Scandinavian. Oh, I take that back. Take that back. He's tackling it head on. Let's do it. Play bishop f5. Hey, John, do you have any book recommendations on the history of chess? The history of chess. Oh, man. Yeah, chess has such a rich history. I really like Kasparov's predecessors' books. Gary Kasparov, my great predecessors. So that would probably be my top recommendation. What else? I don't know. Is there any, let's say, compact history of chess that's a little more modern, maybe? I have a great book that was written 100 years ago on the origins of chess. It's actually sitting on my bookcase over there. A student of mine gave it to me, um, and it's amazing. But I wonder if there's a more modern, compact resource on the game that someone can recommend. Svartal says, yeah, is there something not in 5 volumes? But that just gives you an indication of how rich the chess tradition is, right? Yeah, the Kasparov books are challenging for sure because there is a lot of dense analysis, but also you can read them just for the history and the anecdotes and maybe focus on the main diagrams featuring really interesting games and positions that come up. So what I'm doing here, this is the way I tend to play the Scandinavian now with Queen A5. When possible, getting the knight to C6 to pressure D4. And white played this D5 move. Like, this looks correct to try to open the center when my king is here. But it runs into castles, and this is going to be trouble for white, I think, because let's say I play knight takes D4 now. I think this pawn is going to drop off. Hello, Earl618. I am not, although I would like to make it down there maybe in the next month or two. Okay, now let's just calmly retreat here. Maybe bishop g4 was even better, but point being, this pawn is untouchable because a rook takes d4. So, looking very likely I'm going to win this. Yeah, I moved a few weeks ago. Oh, a 5-minute TED Talk about chess history. Okay, there you go. Ooh, and white blundered the knight. We're also hitting the bishop. Why is your board denim? Better question is, why is your board not denim? I just like this board sometimes. It has a nice warm feeling, as I've mentioned already on stream. I like to mix it up. That's right. K Buckby pointed that out as well. Okay, now let's just look to trade. I'm thinking knight e7. It's kind of a lame move, but just unleash the rooks down the file. He's very likely to double up. Let's just play knight c6, get ready for rook d8. Didn't play rook d8 last move because he could trade and take b7. So we'll just do this. Now he's got to contemplate maybe the knight jumping in, but also just rook d8. Yeah, which I think I'm going to play. Keep it simple. Ooh. Okay. He's relying on a counterattack. I kind of want to make this work. Take here and then somehow get him on d1. I could get fancy here, you know? Bishop e4 at that point. Bishop e4. I think that works, although it's totally unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. Oh, there's also knight e5. That's even cleaner, right? Knight e5. Let's do that. That looks like fun. You don't always have to sacrifice the queen, but when you have an idea in mind that looks pretty risk-free, I'm going to go for it. Oh, he's getting fancy. Okay, so his idea is probably on takes. He has queen f8 when I go attack the queen, but I'm just going to sidestep. We're just going to step over here. And go here. He could go queen d5, but he would be losing the queen. So we're trying to force the queen away from guarding d1, and as I have all these squares covered, I don't think white is a good move here. Let's see if that was sound. I think white's busted. Yeah. I could actually play fe as well here. Fe takes knight e5. I was trying to stop queen f8 with check. But evidently I can play the rook back, and there's still issues here. So thank you for the game, Strange Quirk. Yeah, d5 again. It looks like a good move, but when black can castle here, get the king to safety. I've had this position several times, and this is quite good for black. In fact, you can see the eval right here. John dropped his queen. Nobody tell him. Whoops. Didn't mean to click on him. Actually, we should tell him. He's going to figure it out. He's changing his mind. Okay, thanks to the game, Strange Quirk. The Oski 94. Let's go. Let's play d4. Okay, let's play Queen's Gambit. I'm going to review the games of the World Cup after this stream today, as they'll all be done by that point. But shout out to my former student, Andrew Tang. He is playing, and he had an interesting endgame, pawn endgame. I think it's probably going to end in a draw the last time I looked, but he was pressing with the black pieces in his very first game. Let's take here. Then I can win d5, I guess. It ended in a draw? Okay. Yeah, it was kind of looking like that. e4 maybe? e4 looks tricky here. I'm opening up bishop b5 as an idea. Has to be careful. Maybe queen a4 was also good there, but let's play e4. Hello, second Seiji. Ooh, in the in-between check. I don't always in-between check, but when I do, I make sure to win my opponent's queen. He is the most interesting chess player in the world. Okay. Yeah, good game, Liaski. Got to be careful about moving the light square bishop out too early, bishop f5 or bishop g4, while seemingly logical, because often people want to do that before playing e6, like treating it like a reversed London or a Tory. Because white has this slight jump, it's risky. And actually, I think I should play knight e5 right here, because on takes, like probably your best move is actually to play bishop takes f3. But yeah, you want to look into the theory of this. Even Capablanca has played bishop f5 before. It is a slight mistake. So e6, d takes c4, a6, even g6, all of those are better moves. Thank you for the game. Okay, Paul with an S. Let's go. Let's play e4 in this one. Maybe some sort of gambit. Maybe like an Evans gambit, if we can get it. Let's see. Let's go for it. When you say you'll be reviewing the games, do you mean on stream or just personally? Yeah, just personally, unfortunately. I'm just going to eat my lunch and review the games in a couple hours. Okay, knight takes. You don't see that too often. And I think I should just play c3 here and get ready to play d4. Strange Quark says, thanks for beating me. Now I can tell people I won your queen. Exactly, right? Yeah, thanks for the game. Now here, I do know that white is supposed to castle. If you take, black can go bishop b4 check, so castling is better. Those of you who play the Evans probably get this position a fair amount against many of your opponents, because it can come about if black plays bishop takes b4, c3, and then bishop back to c5, which is not the best move. Black should play bishop a5 or bishop e7. But let's see. Maybe black can make this playable. Hello, Bitcoin boy. I'm liking it. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun here. Let's play queen b3. Let's go after that pawn on f7. One idea being knight h6 is not playable due to bishop takes h6. I remove the defender. Queen e7, I'm thinking knight c3. We're not going to worry too much about the d4 pawn. Bishop e7 is an admission that bishop c5 was not the correct move. No? Well, the thing is, black has won a pawn at that point. They've just captured on b4, so the circumstances are a little bit different. So bishop e7 is, in fact, one of the most reliable moves for black. Actually, also, I think an underrated line is bishop to d6 after pawn c3 for white. So bishop takes b4, c3, bishop d6. The computer hates it, but for a human, I think it's not a bad choice. Okay, knight a5. This is getting interesting. It's probably a good defense. I think I should go check here and then maybe bishop e5. Pawn c6. Okay, so now my eye is drawn towards knight d5. Anything else here? I mean, this knight's a little precarious, but he is threatening my bishop at any given time. So maybe bishop g5. I mean, that's probably also pretty legit here. Knight d5, queen d8. I just don't really see what my follow-up will be. So yeah, let's develop with tempo. Anand retreated the bishop against Kasparov in the World Championship match, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there was a game where Kasparov beat Anand in the Evans Gambit. I think Anand did play bishop e7. Was that a World Championship game? I don't remember it being a World Championship game, but it's very possible. Like a PCA World Championship or something. Okay, let's go here now. He's trying to organize. Like he probably needs like knight e7 and then castles. So I need to break this baby open here. But here, maybe this move. So let's think. If I were black, I would be looking to castle on the next move. So how can I sabotage that plan or create some sort of threat? I could take, I guess, but I'm just not so convinced. Okay, let's play e5. It's my first instinct here. I'm going to take at that point. Idea queen takes, knight takes d5. Oh, knight takes c4. I got to hurry. Let's take here. Paul with an S playing very well. The knight a5 idea, that's something to keep in mind in this line. I think this is still working out pretty well. I'm going to win the queen now. But the game is by no means over. Black has some pieces for the queen. Let's go here. Bishop c7, maybe here. You wonder if it's better to listen or not. You know, I would say if you want a full game on your own, then definitely you should mute or close the stream while you play. But some people like to hear my thoughts while they play. It is casual after all. Okay, Paul with an S, thanks for the game. Let's just click in. I'm kind of curious if there was somewhere I could have played that better, or this has all been played before. Engine actually doesn't like queen b3 so much here. Wants me to play knight c3 right away. Yeah, I think black's doing all right. Oh, bishop f7. Wow. Bishop f7 here. I mean, I looked at that briefly, but I didn't see a follow-up because there's no knight e5. But e5, threatening e6 is good. Okay, that's a little engine-y. I don't know that I would have found that, but yeah, it looks like this was his mistake. If he played d5, I mean, d5 I was going to take here, and then after he takes back on e7, play knight takes d5. Like queen takes, I could play knight takes d5 with the pin. But I guess he can go here, and this is good for black. Still complicated, though, especially for a blitz game. Thanks for the game, Paul with an S. Well played. Who's next? Okay, Drunk Ack 123. Drunk account 123. Let's play a Sicilian this time. How about an accelerated dragon? That's right. You can always watch the stream back later. Okay, let's go knight c6. So we've got like a c3 Sicilian, and I think what I want to do is send the knight to f5 if I remember this position correctly. I need to remember what my friend Grandmaster Eugene Perlestein, that's his full name, Grandmaster Eugene Perlestein. His parents named him Grandmaster because they knew his potential in life. But he likes to play this system for black. I just had to throw that in because I think it's funny, like when in the chess world, when we talk about titles, and like we'll say someone's title before saying their name. I mean, I guess it's kind of like saying like Dr. So-and-so, but it still sounds like weird to me. Like if I'm at an event, a chess event, or the worst is when it's not a chess event, but I'm meeting up with chess people who, want to confer like some sign of respect. So they'll introduce me as like International Master John Bartholomew to some random who like doesn't play chess. That always struck me as really odd. They must be like, wow, this guy must be the most pretentious person ever. Because it's not like a standard, this is the doctor or, even PhD or something, like people don't introduce themselves to randoms as I'm PhD so-and-so. But like, when it's like a random title for a board game, that would be almost like a sitcom sketch or something. Speaking of sketch, I think my position is not so great here. We'll see if we can navigate out of it. I hope people are like international master of what? Let's take. Well, we've talked about in past Lichess plays about how it's better to be a strong international master than a weak grandmaster, or it's better to be a strong, like, 1390 rated player versus like a weak 1400, like a 1405 or something, just for flexing purposes. And I do think international master sounds more impressive than grandmaster when you meet someone random. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. We'd have to like take a poll of people who are not in the chess world, maybe. But that's my long-standing theory. Another reason to cope with having the IM title but not the GM title. It's more copium for me. If I take, he can play knight e6. I mean, I could play e5 here. No, and then he takes c6. Yeah, I got to play this. FIDE master sounds pretty important. Then people will be like, FIDE? Can you put that in a sentence? What is FIDE? CR Clayton says, true. People also hear Grandmaster fairly often, so International Master really has more weight and gravitas. Yeah, exactly, right? Queen d4, I'm going to play e5. Okay, now, very important to get the e5 move in. I'm up a pawn, but I don't want that knight landing here. I don't want to deal with an annoying knight situation. Now, maybe d4 in this position. Because again, I don't want to allow him to blockade the position very easily. So let's open my bishop. Takes, I'm going to take with the queen. Chess black belt. I should go around saying that. Okay, interesting position here. I almost feel like I can land some shot like this if I play this right, but it probably doesn't work yet. Queen d5 would threaten mate, but he can play f3 at that point. Could play e4. Where's that knight going? Probably knight b4. I could play bishop a4. Maybe bishop a4 is the move here. That looks kind of annoying, right? Because he can play knight takes e5. Hold up. Bishop a4, knight takes e5. Yeah, that is a threat. Okay. So now we're going to go here, and I'm going to try to bait him into playing here, so then I can play bishop a4. That's the plan. Unless he's watching the stream, in which case that's not the plan. You should totally play queen c2. Kay Luth says, yeah, when I've mentioned the Grandmaster title to non-chess players, sometimes they laugh because I think it reminds them of a rapper or comic book character. Knight takes e5 is going to fail just to queen takes d2. E4? I don't know if this is the best move, but let's do it. I mean, it blocks my bishop, but it's a pretty direct challenge on the file here. Oh no, queen c2, I missed that. Right. That's what I should have said. All right. Thank you, Drunk Account, for the game. I think e6 is an interesting idea, but maybe you just got to follow up with taking on f7. I was thinking maybe you take on f7 and play knight g5 and try to attack my rook. Probably have some slight initiative there, although d4 could be a liability. But yeah, it felt like bishop f4 was the big mistake, allowing this knight takes when there's this discovery here. So thanks for the game. All right, who's up next? Dinesh Genius, let's go. Super Grandmaster sounds ridiculous. They need a better sounding title. Yeah, what would they call the next leg up? And also, what rating level would it be? Would it be 2700? That's often been proposed as the next level up. Getting a lot of people who are AFK. We're going to have to abort this one. Tetavani Medic. Galactic Master. Supreme Master. Elite Grandmaster. Swag Master. Let's play knight f6 this time. None of these sound quite right. I think we can do better. Let's play a Benoni. C3. This is kind of a buzzkill move. I know because I played it myself on the white side. Mega Master. All right, so whenever I see this configuration, I always think, how can I arrange e5, e4? So let's see if I'm able to do that somehow. Probably not MRHZ, although that is a maneuver. A6, rook a7, rook, queen a8. This will be a big test for white to see if they find the pattern. Ooh, g4, getting aggressive. Okay, now, though, now I'm more likely to play this, I think, because there's a pin going in my favor. I'm tempted to keep it in reserve, though. But let's play it right away. It feels like the best move. When your opponent's attacking on the flank, the classic wisdom, the classic advice is to counterattack in the center. Okay, so the only issue here is this does not want a pawn, or a piece rather, because he can take back at the end. Wonder if I could throw this move in to confuse him. Nah, that doesn't do much. You can take with the bishop. Let's just go rook e8. Hello, Ben Boss. Now, by the way, I know you guys are cool in the chat, but are you so cool that you also have a Fabiano Goodwin Champions autograph card? Answer me that, chat. Oh, it's too blurry. You can't. Oh, you can kind of read the back. Weird flex, but okay. I know you guys weren't expecting that. Numeroid says, I'm not that cool. Nowhere near that cool. Killer Stapler says, no. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Name your price. Shout out to my brother. My brother David. He actually got this for me as a housewarming gift. That's pretty cool, you gotta admit. I mean, there's a whole set of these. That's pretty sweet, I think. My brother's big into the collectible world, specifically sports cards. So when he saw that on eBay, he couldn't resist. Shout out to David. So your brother can use a ballpoint pen? No, that's Fabiano's legit autograph, although you wouldn't be able to tell. Does David play chess? Yeah, he does. He actually was fairly promising. Like, he played a little bit in high school. He could have been good. But that's the usual story, right? He had other interests, but yeah, I could have made him into a good player. It's hard when you have a sibling who's like really into something and you're maybe only lukewarm on it. He's 4 years younger than me. But he still plays every once in a while. Didn't he get scholar mated in his first tournament and then quit? Yeah, that was the funniest thing ever. He played in a tournament. I'm pretty sure it was our state elementary championship. And it was a 7-round tournament. And he started out 3-0 after, having played chess a little bit, but nothing like insane. He started out 3-0 and he got cocky at that point. He got very cocky. And he showed up to his fourth game, started firing out the moves, didn't notice, evidently, that his opponent, as white, played e4, bishop c4, queen h5. Oh my, I have 11 seconds. And long story short, he got scholars mated and lost. And it was a traumatic event for him. Should have played queen takes f4 there. It was a traumatic event for him. And he never played any tournament chess after that, after starting out 3-0. Oh, that's checkmate. He mated himself. He played knight g1 and took away the square from his king and allowed knight takes f2. All right, Tetavani Medic, thanks for the game. I nearly forgot about the time there, talking about my brother and him getting scholars mated in his first chess tournament, first and only chess tournament. Yep, see you later. Thanks for the game. I think the g4 move was overambitious. G4, also even putting the queen on c2. Those of you guys who play this structure, generally you don't want to put the queen here. In the London, it tends to be better on e2, especially if black has played c5, because when I play c5, I always have the option of taking and like posting a rook on c8. There's going to be some fragility with the queen there. If you go to e2, though, a lot of times you have the option of bishop a6, like trading the light square bishop on b7. So it's decent. All right. So thanks again for the game. Heavy Grandmaster. I like that. Like HGM, that should be the title. Like heavy duty. So if you're in the 2500 to 2700, you're like a light Grandmaster. Let's play a Pierce. Hello, Henry. Oh, very nice. Congratulations on that. Let's play E5. When are they going to introduce weight classes to chess? I wonder if they could do some system like that. I mean, the rating system is just too good, though. You know? Like, the rating system basically is the weight classes. But yeah, maybe there's some way within the rating system we can like market certain matchups a little bit better to make them more crowd friendly, interesting. I don't know where I'm going with that, but seems like they're because a number is just ultimately a number, and although it's an accurate measure of someone's ability at any given time, tends to be. Maybe there is a way to spice up and help fans contextualize the difference and get excited about the difference between like an IM or a GM or a class player and a CM or something like that. Another early G4. Let's go here. I'm going to try to threaten knight takes E4. Didn't Simon Williams and Ben Feingold do something like that? Well, they played an epic match one time with a great deal of trash talking. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but all right, knight G5. So this basically stops this move because of this, but let's go D5. Let's try to pop open the middle. I want tournaments where wins equal 3 points, draw equals 1 point, encourage attacking and risk taking. They have done tournaments like that. What is the name of that system? I think that system has a certain name. Hey, Mr. Dodgy Chess, thank you for the raid. The legendary Mr. Dodgy. Go follow him on Twitter. He's one of the best follows in the chess Twitter sphere. So shout out to Mr. Dodgy. Thanks again for the raid. He's surely going to be tweeting a lot during the World Cup. So, yeah, Bilbao rules, Bilbao scoring system. Because there was a tournament in Bilbao, Spain, where they tried that. I don't know why. Does anyone know like why that system never caught on? Because a lot of people like that system and have mentioned it before, but it doesn't seem to have lasted or have much staying power. So the way it works is wins are 3 points, draws are 1 point, and losses are 0. So it's basically incentivizing wins by making them more valuable, encouraging risk taking. Let's go here, and then I'm going to take the knight. I'm just going to try to stop him from castling first. Maybe he can go rook c1 here, but yeah, still a lot of draws, right? And people would have to think about their play styles at the top level, because if you just have a naturally risk-averse playing style where, it plays best move rook c1, risk-averse in the sense that, a lot of these top guys, they don't take a whole lot of risk precisely because the point system doesn't really reward it. And it's far more detrimental to your chances of doing well in a tournament to take a loss than it is to like strive for a win and take a risk of winning the game, but like risking that loss, if that makes sense. A draw is just generally always a pretty acceptable result. Like keeps you in the hunt if you stay around roughly even in the tournament. But these guys are so good that if you lose one game, you see this in like the candidates tournament. If someone loses a game early on, they're basically out of the event. The margin for error is that slim. So players who have more of like a conservative play style like that, like the Wesley So's, the Timur Rajabovs, objectively just amazing players, best in the world. But thanks, Cameron, for the game. By the way, but are just used to a draw being like a totally expected and even often like navigable result. It would be interesting to see how they would react to a tournament with that format. Yeah, notice I didn't say Geary. I mean, Anish is he's a fighter. He's a fighter, and he's been having great results lately. But I would say, as far as like solidity, Rajabov number one right now, and he's taking a lot of heat for his propensity for going for draws. But I would say Wesley So as well. Like amazing, amazing player, but like he very much, in my mind, like plays with that mentality in mind where like he's often like not opposed to a draw. Like he'll try something early on, but if chances for a win quickly dry up, like, you know, he goes into draw mode. But again, I actually don't blame the players a lot for this. I think just the way these tournaments are structured, it's almost entirely understandable that they would play that way. Ooh, and Black drops a piece. Oh no, my thing. This must be an Eric Rosen fan, yeah. Is it Wesley crushing Greasy? Yeah, he did win the most recent online event, didn't he? I mean, he's amazing. Knight takes, I'm going to take with my knight. Drosh players have been world champion more than once. Yeah. I mean, I am also a Drosh player oftentimes. Kind of depends like what tournament I'm playing and what the stakes are and whatnot. But I mean, I can relate to a lot of these guys because I naturally have had like a risk averse playing style for a long time. And I try to change that up sometimes. I mean, it depends a lot on the openings and again, the competition and whatnot. But it's just kind of the case in chess, big time fork here, that if you can stay close in a tournament and embrace the draw, you're still in the hunt. Okay. Oh no, my thing. Thanks for the game. Yeah, so you just got a little ahead of yourself with the b5 move. Bishop d7 is what you want to play there and defend the knight, and then you can get ready to play it in the future if you want. Numeroid says, I think I'm a little too risk averse. I miss winning moves. Okay, Wandu. What have I not played yet? Let's play a French. I don't know why I want to torture myself with one of my most hated openings, but I'll play it. I just haven't posted on YouTube in a while, Mojo the Programmer, but I will be back at some point. Twitch is just a little easier to hop on and stream on. And I've been busy, so that's been the reason why I've been streaming on Twitch. I'm going to fianchetto and go knight ge7. So as I don't, not to block the fianchetto. Can I play the bird at some point? I can try, yeah. Yeah, I would like to do that at some point, CR Clayton. Not working on really any big projects at the moment, Blebby. No, I think I need a break, even though you guys might think I'm taking a break right now. I'm always like working on. It's usually teaching. I mean, I teach a lot, but I kind of go in and out. I'm trying to phase that out over time to actually like create more time for other projects. But it is tough because I really enjoy teaching. It's one of my favorite things, as evidenced by when I go off on tangents and like nearly lose on time because I'm talking about the position. So I'm in kind of an interesting spot right now where I have the ability to teach a lot and a lot of students who are interested in lessons, but also I do want to create more time for more scalable content, Twitch, YouTube, Maybe making some courses. I've got this Scandinavian course on Chessable that I've kind of been working on and off. It's just a big project. But I also want to be excited about what I'm doing too. So I'm always looking for, some sort of project that'll challenge me like that. Just the thing about YouTube in particular is YouTube is a lot in terms of maybe your interest level with it. If you're a creator, I found it goes in streaks for me where I have the ability to upload a lot, and like maybe I'll upload consistently for a few months, but then inevitably like life will get in the way, and I stop uploading as much, and that's when you really get crushed by the algorithm, and people start asking like, when are you going to start posting again? And it's very tough to stay consistent on YouTube. You pretty much have to make it like your full or part-time thing if you want to have a channel that continuously grows, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I don't like having that obligation. I don't want to have to post content just for the sake of keeping the algorithm happy and keeping it going. But if it's your job, if it's your full-time job, like that's a little bit different. But I don't like having that obligation to make content. I want to make content when I'm interested in it. And that's when I think I would make my best content. I'm going to go for this. Even if he takes here, I'll play this. Oh, thank you, Aaron Attack. You can't get that twice a day Gotham schedule. I mean, kudos to him, because I've done that before. I mean, when I started out my channel, I was posting 3 videos a day. I posted a bullet video, a blitz video, and a rapid game. Now, granted, I only kept that up for, a few months, but it's rough. That's a lot of content. And that was back in like 2015. So totally different chess era. But Levy's posting like high quality content consistently that's of the educational variety. I'm going to go here, I think, because if he takes, I was going to go bishop c4. So like his content is planned out, and yeah, it's impressive what he does. But I think like that's a schedule. I just don't know how you don't get burned out. Like I don't think that's sustainable, and I think he would probably admit that as well. So hopefully he's able to navigate that. Kind of put myself in a bind here, but it's not going to matter because he's flagging. But yeah, bishop f1 would be good here. Was I losing at the end? Let me see. Thank you for the game, Wandu. Yeah, rook d8's a bad move. Pivot the knight back to f4. And black is much better. White's pieces are kind of bunched over on the king side. Here, the only good move for me is knight c6. Evidently, so on this move, I can play knight b4. That's tough to spot. So I put myself, remember I was talking about tactical signals, alignment? I put myself in a pin here with rook d8. Would have been better to play knight f4. All right, let's do this. Oh, thank you, Ahas versus Chess. Yes, I'm appreciative of that. I mean, I've kind of made peace with the fact that I don't care about maximizing views. Like for me, it's all about how I feel about the content, and if it's like workable for me and I get excited about it. Like workable with my schedule, I'm excited about making it. I mean, I just think like wanting to be the top creator takes like a very specific mentality. And you got to be super driven to do it. I think for the vast majority of people, it's just not in their character to try for that. But some people, they want to do it. I also like making evergreen content. I did this video series for Chessable, 100 endgames you must know. And I think it's the single piece of content, even though it is a paid course, but it's probably the single best chess content I've ever created, which, again, I know it's paywalled, but I spent like 2.5 or 3 months on it straight, and it was all on technical endgames, like the 100 theoretically most important endgames, and all of these deviations, offshoots, and I really like poured everything I had into that project, and it's been like one of the most popular courses on Chessable as a result. And the thing I'm the most proud of is that I I get a lot of positive comments and people like asking questions about certain lines for better understanding. But there were like no mistakes that I made with this content. And I made sure to make it that way because I like making this content where, I mean, it's on the end game. It's not something that's going to change. I researched the positions really thoroughly. It increased my understanding of the positions, just getting ready for these videos. And I made sure I went into them knowing like exactly what I was talking about. So that even people with engines, table bases, when they're going through it, they won't be able to say, well, John, here, like you missed this little nuance at this point. Like I made sure to cover all that. And I mean, it's possible I slipped up once or twice, but I actually can't even recall like an instance in the videos. It's like 19 hours of video content, but I can't recall a single instance where I made a mistake. And I'm really proud of that. I am a perfectionist. Yes, I absolutely am, which is a double-edged thing. I have 98 challenges right now. Yeah, so we're working through them. We still got another hour and 15 minutes to go. Or sorry, 45 minutes to go. Exactly, Aaron Attack. Yeah. Your clock management is proof of that, right? I'm trying to move away from perfectionism though. I mean, it's worked for me in many instances, but I definitely wish like I could. You know, those of you who make content, you will know this feeling of when you're recording something, just like messing up the intro and like trying it over and over and over again. And it's like psychologically devastating. I mean, for those 100 endgames you must know videos, I probably did 10 practice videos and trials and messed up videos for every one that I actually nailed. And that's probably being on the conservative side. If you count like the really quick ones where I messed up in the first like 30 seconds or something. I mean, it was a ton of just like trash takes that I wasn't happy with. And like, I think a lot of you guys can relate to that. I missed another fork there, by the way, knight b2. When will the blooper reel be released? Well, unfortunately, I deleted a lot of them, but it wouldn't be very interesting bloopers. Now we'll go here. I'll hit the queen and attack the bishop. Ollie Salander, thanks for the game. Yeah, you lost that pawn early on by playing bishop f4. I think the position is okay if you don't do that. I mean, you got the double pawns, but you do have the bishops to compensate. But yeah, allowing that, I think the position kind of gradually went downhill. My queen was a little bit awkwardly placed, but I never saw anything that was truly convincing for you. But yeah, thanks for the game. Svartal says, I had to record lectures and the perfectionism was so painful. Yeah, you know, by the way, I think that's why Agan Mator and Gotham Chess are the two most popular chess channels on YouTube, because both those guys, they have the skill of avoiding perfectionism. That is a skill, I think, like being able to say to yourself that this is not necessarily perfect, but it's good enough. You need that if you're going to produce the amount of content that they produce on a daily basis. And I think for myself, I haven't fully been comfortable with that. When I stream, it's fine. But when I'm recording YouTube, it's a little bit of a different mentality for me. Streaming is more like improv comedy to me. But when I'm making something that I know people will watch potentially for years and years to come, like I instinctively up the ante for myself psychologically, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. Like I can make this great content like the 100 endgame stuff, but also like sometimes I won't upload for a couple months because I just don't feel the motivation to do so. So this is a way of getting the piece back, by the way. This bishop takes c4 followed by queen a4 check idea. You want to be familiar with that if you play Queen's Gambit. Did I miss queen a4 on move 5? Let's see. Well, queen a4 here, you can play c6, and the knight is defended, but maybe I could play like bishop d2 or something at that point. Possibly, Duffman. Possibly. But yeah, queen a4, at least for the moment, c6 with the queen defending the knight. Let's take here now. Virgos are perfectionists. There's nothing you can do about it. I am a Virgo, yes. You know my sign. I don't buy into that stuff, but understandable, some people do. Ilu says, I think the skill is really being able to distinguish what kind of mistakes issues matter and what kind of do not. Well, I think with chess, too, it's tough because chess is such a verifiable game, right? Like, I really dislike making a video where if I make a video and I knowingly made a mistake in that video, and it's what I would consider to be like a fairly big mistake, like my opponent's knight e4 move. Sorry, Odolo. And I'm talking like a mistaken analysis. As in, I analyze the game and I just missed something that like I should have seen. I should have been aware of. Like that would really bother me. And I may very well like not post the video because of that. But there are a lot of people who like maybe that doesn't bother them as much. And honestly, like a lot of times the audience either doesn't catch it or doesn't care. But I know, and if you're creating content, I think the number one thing is, are you happy with the content that you're creating? And that's going to vary for everyone. I might get a smothered mate here. Oh, the smothered mate spoiler. Now we have to settle for the pedestrian queen f7. But R Chess, I was coming for you. Shout out to R Chess. I was trying to get on the front page of that subreddit. But Autolo spoiled it. It's a smothered mate in our hearts. Yeah. Thanks, Autolo. Yeah, so this knight a5 move early on, really the capture when white can advance on the knight, I think is a little sketchy for black. I do wonder, let's check what Duffman said. Knight a5. Yeah, queen a4 is the top engine move, c6 to defend the knight, but now bishop d2, b6 to defend the knight again, and then take. Okay, and white is well ahead here. Understandable. Oh, yeah. You always like doing the smothered mates, right? It never gets old. Pin the queen. Okay, let's play. Someone asked for a bird, so let's play the bird. Hey, Duffman, are you in the queue, by the way? I'm sure you sent me a challenge at some point. By the way, this is the queue. I know you can't see everyone here, but we still got a little ways to go. Shout out to that person who requested the bird. I'm trying to fulfill your request. Let's go for e4. Yeah, that's true. It's not a queue because there is no order. We're accepting random challenges here. It's a pool. Yeah. It's a pool where we just go and we select someone from the pool. That's right, Chess Pawn. Denim it is today. A Savage Muffin asked, do you generally recommend against playing openings named after animals for improvement purposes? Yeah, that's kind of like a meme joke, but there is some truth to it. And it's a reflection of the fact that many openings named after animals are unsound. Like the elephant gambit, yes. But that varies. Yes, the hedgehog is a perfectly good setup. I like the hedgehog. The bird, a lot of people think, the bird is not one of the main tries for an advantage for white. Thank you, Sierra Clayton. I'm going to try to make more videos of those type. Let's go here. Let's banish the bishop to h8. Ooh, now take a look at this, guys. The way I think about this position is I'm kind of playing up a piece in a way because this bishop's out of the game. I also start to look at mating net ideas. Like if I could get a knight to h6, that would be mate. So that implants the idea of knight h2, knight g4, knight h6. I mean, he can move his rook. But I think first and foremost, I just need to defend this guy. So let's go here. Also controls the g3 square. Yeah, that's true. This opening's named after Henry Bird. So that's maybe an exception to the rule, although the opening still isn't great. The orangutan. The orangutan is not a good opening. b4 on move 1. Birds were invented by Henry Bird when he tried to be an animal but accidentally flew. Also not an animal opening named after James Orangutan. Shout out to my friend Peter Giannatos from the Charlotte Chess Center. He's great about that. He'll like go into a scholastic class and like troll the kids. He'll be like, this is the Stonewall defense. It was named after the great British champion, Jonathan Stonewall, who tragically died of dysentery in 1895. One of the most promising players of the British generation. They'll just make up some backstory. I feel like I'm close to getting an epic checkmate here, but I don't see how I arrange it if not for the knight g4 to h6 idea. Should I try to do that? I mean, he might spoil it with like a h5 type move at some point. e5 is tempting. Let's play... I don't know. Might as well try this. I'm going to at least start with this move. The Mokele Mbembe variation of the Alekhine is my favorite. Yeah. Is that e4, knight f6, e5, knight g8 by chance? Or is it... I think it's knight e4. Knight e4 on move 2? Ooh, pin the queen is getting low on time. He did just take a pawn, though. Pretty important pawn. This is interesting. Okay, I'm going to take. Bishop takes. I think I'm going to sack the exchange, because why not? We're playing fully for the attack here. I don't think this is sound, though. But with 2 seconds, virtually anything is sound. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks for the game, pin the queen. Just took a little bit too long there. Yeah, so I got this pawn roller going. A little skeptical of e5. I don't think you want to play e5. It kind of makes it easier for white to attack and apply pressure to the black king. Yeah, it could have been a temporary sacrifice. But black was perhaps even up a pawn after that. But I think I have a lot of compensation there. Let's just see real quick. Oh, I see a lot of question marks. That's not good. Queen takes f4 is best here. It's equal. Should have been a draw. Yeah, I don't think I really have much here. And black can even play the move h5. This is a useful defensive idea to know. h5, when pawn takes, you can often hide in front of the pawn like this. you take en passant. So thanks for the game, Pin the Queen. Who's up next? Wolf Father. Oh, 2,300. Okay. Let's not fall asleep at the wheel here. Let's play D5. We'll play our A repertoire. Is Ulf Anderson unbeatable? Ulf Anderson, one of my favorite players. Also a highly risk-averse player. Had a very high draw ratio. But master of the endgame, master of defense, amazingly technically strong player. But not unbeatable, no. I think he just celebrated his 70th birthday recently. So happy belated birthday to him. Gen Z, thanks for the 1,000 bits to the Lichess channel. Do you recommend Chess Tactics for the Tournament Player by Palatnik? Never read it. I have no opinion about it. Never, ever read it. Bishop G5. This is a move. Okay, so I think White's threatening E4 here. But I still feel like Bishop B4 is the reply, so I'll do that. Fischer beat him in a pretty famous game. Yeah, that was the reverse hedgehog game, wasn't it? That was pretty famous. All right. I'm thinking about Queen A5. Looks interesting. Let's do it. Attacking here. Maybe Knight E4 if I can sneak that in. I do have to watch Knight take C4, though, so let's see how he reacts. He does that, but now I can take here if I want. Hold the phone. Could also take there, but then he's going to take here. In-between move. Let's do it. We're taking with check, so that's a strong candidate for an in-between move. Reverse animals are okay. Also, the hedgehog is an exception. Hedgehog's legit, although some may consider it to be sketchy. Actually, the computers hate the hedgehog setup. The computers these days are highly skeptical of lines where you give up a lot of space. And then the hedgehog you're setting up on the last 3 ranks, or if you do it as white, the first 3 ranks. Computers don't like that. They like their space. I get a new hairdo? No, I just have it spiked. Also, my hairline's receding, so. 30s male problems. Computers don't like the King's Indian defense either, exactly. Yeah, another opening where black gives up quite a bit of space. Would I ever consider rocking a man bun like Nepo? I would love to know what I look like with long hair, but I don't think I'm willing to go through the pain of finding out. Or the pain of the process of establishing the long hair. Check, and then I can win the night. I have extremely straight hair. I have very fine straight hair. So I think it would be a good candidate for a man bun, but I've never had long hair before, and I don't know if I'm willing to try it. Thanks, A Element. Okay, we're up a piece here. White's king is stuck in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you. Queen G2 maybe, but then Rook F1. Man buns are frankly awful, says Spaceman Split. Long hair is annoying. Washing and showering just takes so much time. Yeah, that's a nice thing. I mean, this is so easy. I've almost always had short hair. Actually, if you go back and look at some of my videos from like COVID, after a few months of COVID, because like hardly anyone was able to get a haircut, I had pretty long hair at one point. Yeah, thanks for the game, Wolf Father. Have I played Wolf Father before? Maybe not. That name sounds familiar, but I guess we haven't played here. But yeah, I think that Queen A5 move kind of threw him. And he could probably play Rook C1 here. Because if I go Knight E4, there is Knight takes E4 in reply. So I think Rook C1 or Queen C1 was probably the move. Queen C1's up there. And it says F3 as well. That looks a little unusual, but yeah, I think this move really Yeah, that's a big mistake. 5-point error. This bishop takes f6 move. Just a tough position for white after this. You know why? It's especially tough because the knight is kind of trapped here. The only safe square for the knight is back to f3, but that allows bishop d3, and there's no escape with the king here. So, okay. TNK, let's do this. Let's play, you know what? Let's play b3 on move 1. We were talking about that game, Fischer versus Anderson from the Saigon Olympiad. I think it was 1970. And I believe Fischer played b3 and then set up like a reversed hedgehog. I want to say he did something like this. D3, E3, D3. Okay, F6 though. F6 is a little unusual. Let's play here. Maybe I'll get the bishops working side by side. Okay. Let's play H4. Let's play around on the king side here. Could I have taken on G4 on move 15? Asked Placenta Jerky. Hello to you, Jerky, by the way. Yes, that was when white played G4. I could take there, yeah, I think. Wait, I played H5 though, right? Do you mean just bishop takes G4? I don't know about that. Ooh, okay, black is establishing the bathtub structure. And that can be a little shaky. You know, the base of the bathtub potentially subject to attack here. So I'm thinking bishop d3, maybe queen c2. Could just play d4 as well. Let's play queen c2. Don't enter another addendum to don't play openings named after animals is don't adopt pawn structures named after bathroom items. Kind of similar to what Murtia just said. Opening setups named after furniture are usually weak. Okay, this is a weird game. I think I'm doing great here, but let's be careful. We got that square covered, but I'm hitting e5 twice. Jerry calls it the court grip, which I quite like. The court grip? Why would it be called the court grip? I could see grip maybe, but what's the deal with court? Let's go knight c3. We'll just continue developing. Pushing a lot of pawns, but I don't see a way to break it. I can maybe go for d4 if I want, but... Thankfully, the Sicilian wing gambit is not named after an animal. It's actually named after a chicken wing. Little known fact. It's sometimes called the chicken wing gambit. The Nachmanson isn't an animal, so it sounds right. Yeah, what is the Nachmanson gambit all about? Is there just someone named Nachmanson? I mean, that's usually usually the way it goes. Let's take the dark square bishop. I'm just going to try to grab that bishop while I can. Right, Duffman. I do like chicken, yeah. Hello, pizza again. Oh, thank you. Or pizza. Pizzy again. We're talking about too much food, so. Yeah, thank you very much for watching my fundamentals. Appreciate that kind comment. Good luck with your chess improvement. John, do you like to play Go? Yeah, Go is really interesting to me. I would like to have more time to play it. Maybe I'll try to study it at some point. Okay. This has just been an odd game. I don't even think I'm that much better here. Where do I put my king? Not sure about that. He's going to run out of time, though. So that's a bit unfortunate. Let's just try to castle this way. It's a good move. Let's castle. And then pin. You ever make videos for advanced players? That seems like a loaded question. Let's go here. Maybe queen d5 or e4. I would say my most high-level videos are my standard videos. But I do tend to teach to a wide audience, but I don't dumb down the content. So yeah, I think a lot of advanced players will still find it interesting. All right. Yeah, thank you, TNKD. Or TN. I can't say your name. There needs to be another vowel in there somewhere. We'll just call you TNK. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you playing and following my content. Cheers. All right. Pelaval Buena. Let's play in English. I haven't played in English, I don't think. John, how closely will you follow the World Cup? I'm going to follow it closely. Yeah, I've found a lot of the tournaments over the past year have been a big blur, especially with the online events. But the World Cup, awesome tournament to follow. I was talking about it earlier in the stream. Pelaval, are you there? Looks like not. All right, we're going to have to abort this one. Thank you guys for challenging 3-0 today. That's the usual time control, but you guys have been really consistent with the 3-0 challenges, so thank you. Don't have to abort as many games. John, will you come to the UAE for the World Championship? Probably not, Sammy Woosh, but that would be great. I was at a couple games of the Caruana versus Carlson World Championship in 2018. That was a lot of fun. That was memorable. I was over there doing some chessable work. I had a blast. Do you ever look at the TCEC matches? No. The only time I follow the TCEC matches is when Grandmaster Matthew Sadler, famous British Grandmaster, he often posts little snippets of games and results. He follows them pretty religiously, it seems. So I follow him on Twitter, and I occasionally retweet or like stuff that he posts. TCEC is it's like an ongoing series of tournaments with just the top engines playing each other. So if you ever want to see current engine matchups at like standardized time control and format, it's running all the time. I don't think they ever take a break. Top Chess Engine Cup. Yeah. Top Chess Engine Cup or Championship. Engine versus engine games are super interesting. Yeah, I don't know, Diffuser. What do you guys think about that? I go back and forth about that. I sometimes find them interesting, but I feel like you have to sort through a lot of dull games to get to the interesting ones. Because, of course, a ton of these games with top engines versus each other and in draws, just the massive, massive number of draws kind of kills the interest a lot. But undoubtedly, some really interesting stuff happens in these games, like unusual circumstances, long games, openings you wouldn't see at human level. So I find it kind of double-edged in that sense. Oh, and there's something innovative, like, of course, when Alpha Zero came out, it was such a innovative thing, like AI applied to chess, and the games just seeming like they were played by an alien. But undoubtedly, a lot of engine chess is pretty dry. Okay, what do I want to do here? Maybe Queen F7. I'm up a pawn here, so I'm kind of nurturing this pawn advantage. But I still got to be careful. I've got some weak points like the E6 square. Crooked Rook says engine games are too clinical to follow for me, but it's interesting from the tech standpoint. Yeah, Jerry does make good videos about engine games. Agad Mator, I think, makes some engine videos as well. I have really mixed feelings about this move. I think like Bishop H3 might be a good reply to that. So I might not want to play that move. Maybe Knight C7? This feels wrong, but I can take C6. I'm at a bit of a jam here. I might have to give the pawn back. Because I don't see a good solution to E5, Bishop H3, which is what I would normally play. All right, let's do this. I'm allowing him to take on C6, but I'm gonna gamble here. I think I'm somewhat worse. Takes there. Okay. Let's take like this. Now is he going to invade? Maybe. Oh, okay. That is not a good move. I think if he had played Rook A7 or Knight takes C6, I was in some trouble there. This is the game I feel least confident about of all the games I've played thus far in terms of how I handled that, but he just gave it all back right there. Let's do this and play Bishop F5. Should I read Alpha Zero Game Changer? Yeah, that book's really interesting. I got that book on my shelf over here, written by Matthew Sadler and Natasha Regan. Fork. Another fork threatened. Another fork landed. This knight's doing work. I got another one. I got another one in the chamber. I just won 3 of his pieces with the same knight. Those knight, man. Those knights. He offered the draw. Yeah, thank you for the game, Muammer. That's what I think was probably going on here. But let's check. Yeah, this is no bueno. Plus 2.2. Yeah. Knight takes C6 or A takes B and Rook A7. Yeah, I was worried about this because I'm up a pawn, but I'm going to have to give something back, and my position's very cramped. So he's plus 2 here. Fighting chances for black, but not looking good. All right, so thanks again for the game. Thank you, Bert Castell, by the way. I see your comment there. I am playing on Lichess. Like, I don't know. He's obviously not listening to this if he's writing this. Let's see if Bert Castell is there. Twitch.tv/Lichess.org. All right. Let's keep going. We got time for maybe 2 or 3 more games here. This has been fun today. Thank you guys for joining on this Monday afternoon for me. Maybe Monday evening. Lime Laughing Moose. Should we play another Scandy? Let's do it. This looks like an auto-generated username. You know how Twitch, when it does the clips, like in the URL for the clip, it'll put like 3 unrelated words? That's what this username looks like. Lime Laughing Moose. Do you enjoy this blue canvas board? You know, I kind of do. What do you guys think about this board? Can we run a poll, maybe? No joke, Chess? I'd be curious what the viewers think. Correct horse battery staple, yeah. You guys only like it if I wear the matching shirt, right? Color coordination. Type /poll. It'll pull up a poll toolbar. Speaking of polls, Let's try the fishing pole. You love that Jord, the Gene board? Nice. This guy's unimpressed with my Pawn Storm. He's just laughing at it. I'm laughing moose. Truly a perfectionist chooses shirt and board colors accordingly, right? I know, man. Tell me about it. All right, I'll let him play a6. It only seems fair. Let it be known, though, I am perhaps threatening to play e4. And you know what? You only live once, so let's do it. Maybe I'll wear a tournament checkered shirt on my next OTB event. That's a good idea. Okay, so I want to mate him on g2. That much is clear. Let's first take here. How do we mate our opponent on g2? It's going to be tough. I mean, I have ideas like pawn takes, rook takes, maybe. Could try to sack the exchange. It's probably not sound, though. Ooh, okay. Was not expecting that. I think that's a big mistake because I can play rook takes now. And he's trying to rely on a counterattack. So if I take his queen, he takes here. Oh, we got a poll running. Nice job. You learned something new today, no joke. Now you know how to run polls. But yeah, it's going to run into this. Oh, hey, Bert Castle. Hey, look at that. Bert Castle found their way to the live stream. Hello. Yeah, I was just telling you in the analysis board there that we play viewers. There are multiple Lichess plays streamers who do what I'm doing today, where we play viewers for 2 hours. Anyone can challenge to 3+0 blitz, and there's no priority given. So, we might be able to mate on G2 after all. There's no priority given to subscribers or anything like that. It's just first come, or not first come, first serve, but there's a random challenge button that I use to play people who have challenged. So if you send a challenge, everyone has an equal opportunity of being selected. Dreams do come true. We get to mate on G2 unless he resigns. That would spoil my dream. I think there's a good chance he's going to resign. There's no more spite checks. Queen G2 is pre-moved. There's no way out for white. That's the strength of pawns being on like the 3rd or the 6th rank for the attack. There we go. He's a nice guy. He allowed the checkmate. Thank you. Thank you for the game. Yeah. I think, Lime Laughing Moose, if you happen to be watching this, if you take with the C pawn, things are pretty interesting still. I was definitely taking some liberties with my king safety in playing this e4 move, which the engine does not approve of. Likes knight g5 for you at this moment. But also I thought, if you just play pawn takes d3, then you've got queen b3 coming. You're in good shape. Ooh, okay, we had 32 votes in the Lichess poll, or the Twitch poll here. 56 said, or no, I think we had more than 32. So, yeah, over 60 votes. 56% said, yes, they like the board texture. Okay, it's not bad. All right, let's play one more game, and then we'll play the horsey game. So this is the penultimate game here against Kieran BN. Where's the giant chess piece? I have them over here. So there's the king right there, and there's the queen down there. So they are present, but they're pretty small, right? That's the thing. Oh, Kieran's here. Let's play Smith Morrill. D5. I think we should take this pawn on D5. Then take here, and the knight can get to C3 pretty quickly. So even though I have an isolated pawn, this is not the best for black. Why demote the queen? That wasn't intentional. I'm used to having the king up there on the same place that I always put the king, even in my old place. You need a second webcam dedicated to the giant pieces. That's a great idea, actually. Like people have like cat cameras on Twitch. I could have a separate camera just in a little section of my screen overlay, or it's just the giant chess piece camera. That's a great idea, actually. Let's try to break open the center. I could do that with my chess pieces or my plants as well. I used to have two plants that the stream helped name. One was called Planty McPlantface, and the other one was called Alohine or Alohine. That was a great plant, great name. It was an aloe plant, of course, named after Alexander Alekhine. I'm tempted to sacrifice my queen here, folks. I'm very tempted, but it's not sound, so let's go here. Use the second camera to also showcase your chess books, one book per stream. What about the hang-up board? I'm a little hesitant to put things on the wall back there because this is an apartment. I'm renting this place. So I'm just a little fearful, but I probably will at some point. I think those command strips people have mentioned might be a good option. Okay, so he's trading down, but he still hasn't solved this development issue. I can maybe throw this in, although he has bishop back. So I probably want to take this way. I take, though, goes here. This seems like an important moment. Can take f7, then take b7. Just not quite enough compensation. So, all right, let's take here. And I don't want a queen trade. No queen trade. But now I am down a pawn. Like, that's important to point out. But his king is a big issue. Okay, so he's just trying to... very clever. Clever. All right, I can respect that. Yeah, 97 is a great move. Yeah, usually this is on Sunday, but I had a conflict yesterday, so thanks again to No Joke Chess for being able to accommodate my schedule. This is tough. I don't know. I don't know that I'm better here. I'm probably just worse. That is a nice tactic, yeah. I feel like he can get out of this if he plays it well, but I'm going to try to bring the heat. I'm a little hampered by the fact that I can't play this because he takes. I've got back rank issues. Yeah, that's a good move too. Or is it? I can check here. Well, at least if I check here, I can try to win a pawn back. Here, take. All right, well, we got a pawn back. He still can't castle because he loses the knight, so this might be turning around a little bit. Oh, that's too bad, Sam Chess. I am sorry to hear that. Yes, I feel like I must apologize for the RNG. Let's go c4. I need to hurry. 38 seconds. Okay, let's not spoil this, John. Ugh, as I nearly spill coffee on my keyboard. Don't think I spilled any. That's good. Check. Remember, always announce check. I gotta go here. Stop knight c2. I didn't have a good follow-up there. He's playing well. I gotta give him credit. Credit where credit's due. Strong knight now that I'm working to break down. I'm gonna try to go for maybe like queen coming over here or something. I must be very careful, though, still. This is not looking good. Maybe I can sneak in? cause some trouble. Let's sneak in. He has knight d3, but I'm going to just gamble and try to go for his king. He sees it. He sees everything. Now he's going to get a fork. Now I just got to play to flag. Try to get in here. Last ditch attempt. He's thwarting all my attempts. Oh, that's a blunder by me. Oh. That was so dirty. I played super dirty and I won. I'm not above that. The old throw the pieces at your opponent and make them waste precious milliseconds to take them. Oh, that was bad though. Now Kieran was just outplaying me the entire game. I mean, that was really well played. Ooh, I just saw my average centipawn loss. I had a 3-digit average centipawn loss here. That's no good. 8 inaccuracies, 5 mistakes, 3 blunders. Brutal. Brutal. I don't know where. I guess I'm just. Ooh, queen b8. Wait a minute. I'm curious where I could have played this better because I felt like maybe after I won this pawn, things were turning around, but I did not find a good plan. Rook ab1 is the move, going after the pawn on b7. Yeah. And I think after this, like once he gets his king safe and his knight active, I mean, he really handled this quite well. It felt during the game. But the engine always finds improvements. I thought knight f4 was going to be brutal here. If he goes knight f4, I'm staring down constant mate threats on g2 if I move my queen. There's knight d3. There's rook d3. He's got the bathtub, which in this case is a strong bathtub. I was going to drown here in the bathtub. Brutal. But yeah, thanks for the game, Kieran. That was close. We got time for one more. This is going to... Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's go. Who's going to be the lucky opponent? The Bong Cloud Horsey. Cartman's Ghost. Ooh, this is always risky. This is always a risky proposition when you're pre-moving king e2. Let's go. Good luck, Cartman's Ghost. Yeah. Uniper says, let's go. Let's do this. He's letting me occupy the center. All right, let's do it. Bishop g4, we can push here. No biggie. Yes, this is the last game. MSRX. It's been fun. We just had a close call. Very close call. Let's be aggressive. Let's go d5. Let's see where he goes. Ooh, he's retreating. All right, let's go here. I'm going to try to create a battery against the bishop. Let's just see how he reacts. We did achieve connect 4, yes. Actually, this entire diagonal is occupied. Interesting. How long until FIDE recognizes this set as the only official one for online chess? Yeah, that's a good question. Okay. I don't know. I can go queen g7 here. He's trying to counterattack a little bit. Seems like my setup is suspicious, but let's see what happens. Centralized, maybe? Queen d4. I don't even want that pawn on h7. Let's just go centralize. I'm starting to visualize the horsey set better because I've played with it so often now. It's becoming a part of me. I am the horsey. We are all horsey, yes. Okay. Yeah, he's being aggressive. He played the opening kind of hesitant, but now he's being aggressive, which I think is correct. I like that strategy by him. I have to defend a little bit. Hate to play the move b3. That b3 seems weak. I think I'm just going to take. Queen takes. Now what? Maybe a4 or queen takes a7 even? Can I risk queen takes a7? Nah, he takes d4. Too risky. Let's play a4. Now what? b4 or king up? Let's go king up. Time to coordinate. I know he can play rook c2, but I'm going to bring this over. This is dangerous. I got to be careful. Queen is doing work. Yeah, this is the move I was afraid of. I think I blundered. I think. Here, maybe? No. Here? I guess I'll do this. Seems wrong, but I need to play something. Let's just get out of the pin now. Let's try to run. Time scramble approaching. All right, all right. Let's take. We're going for knight c6. That's the plan. This is anyone's game, I think. He's playing well, playing good moves. I'll try to keep my A pawn. That's my biggest asset at this point, I think. Get behind the A pawn. Okay, maybe I'm outplaying him now. I think he went a little passive here with this guy. See if he blunders. Does not blunder. But now I'm threatening this. Careful, careful. Oh, but he can play rook takes a7. He found a trick, but it took him too long. Check. I'm going to win the rook now. Oh, okay. We survive. He runs out of time. Oh, thanks for the game, Cartman's Ghost. That was rough. I think I was probably losing in the middle game. He kind of did like the rope-a-dope strategy, you know? He started out really modest. He got me to extend. I'm like, this guy's playing some kind of poor-looking moves. Let's go bishop h6, queen takes h6. But then he really fired on all cylinders. And I think he played this stage of the game really well. Black is somewhat better here, and my overextension started to hurt me. I was getting nervous right around here. Might still be defensible, but getting tough. Oh, rook b1. That's a nice move right here. Rook b1. Here, I'll turn it back to normal set. Whoops. I traded queens and played knight d4 here, but rook b1 is strong because the rook can get to the b8 square. And if black takes my queen, I take back, hit the rook, and still threaten rook b8, which would win this rook. That would have been nice. We did this, and then black was probably winning later. All right. Thanks for the game, Cartman's Ghost. Thanks to everyone for playing today and challenging or just hanging out as well. I appreciate you all. Thanks again to Lichess. Awesome site, Lichess. As we all know, do support them, whether it's playing on the site or considering becoming a patron even. Of course, totally voluntary, but the community always appreciates it. And thanks again to No Joke Chess and all of the Lichess mods. Hope to see you guys in about a week. I'm going to New Orleans this Thursday through Sunday, but I will be back. Yeah, take care, everyone. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys. Whoa. Prompting me to upgrade. Sorry about that. I sound like Agad Matar. Sorry about that. All right. See you guys later.